Hello students, I am Bimla. Today again we are here with the lesson heredity and evolution. So in heredity and evolution you will come across the term diploid and haploid. So diploid basically deals with a complete set of chromosomes. If you take human beings, in human beings there are 46 chromosomes, or we can say 23 pair of chromosomes. Okay, so complete set of chromosomes present in an organism is represented by diploid, and the ploidy is called diploidy. Okay, and it is represented by 2n. And in gametes, when we say the sperms or egg or the gametes which are produced by the living organism, they contain half number of chromosomes. Okay, and that is represented by n. Okay, so in human being complete set of chromosome are 46 and half number of chromosome is 23. So in gametes there are 23 chromosomes. Okay, when both the gametes they fuse, they form the 46 chromosome in the form of zygote. Okay, now how this ploidy, okay, some of the organism they reproduce sexually and some of the organism they reproduce asexually. So the number of chromosome, how it is regulated or it is maintained, how the characters are transmitted. So to understand that we need to know the cell division. Okay, so in 9th class we had dealt only about the mitosis, which is called equational division, or the number of chromosome remains same in the beginning and at the end of the cell division. Okay, but in case of meiosis the number of chromosomes become half. Okay, in the beginning the number of chromosome, if we have 46, then the chromosome becomes 23. If number of chromosome in the beginning are 2, at the end of the cell cycle it becomes 1. Okay, so I'll explain you about the cell division, you can see. Okay, so before the cell division starts, okay, the genetic material that is present in the form of chromatin material, that is in the thread like structure. Okay, and in this thread like structure the chromosomes they are having the centromere and the sister chromatids. Okay, so they do not have the sister chromatids. Okay, they do not undergo replication, but in the course of time, okay, there is interface in which the replication goes on. The copy of the genetic material is formed, okay, which lead to formation of the sister chromatids. Okay, so if we take 2 chromosome initially, then the copy of the chromosome is formed. Okay, so the single chromosome has the 4 chromatids. Okay, 2 arms on one side and 2 on other sides. Okay, so total 4 they have. Okay, so during cell division, that is mitosis, what happens, these chromosomes, okay, where the replica is formed, they get arranged in the central plate. Okay, so if you go to higher classes you will study that this happens, the chromosome becomes visible at the end of the prophase, and in metaphase they get arranged in the line, okay, in the central plate. Now after that there is formation of the spindle or thread like structure from the centriole. Okay, centriole through the spindle like structures. Now this centriole they pull the chromosome on opposite side. So centromere it gets split into 2 parts. One centromere it split into the 2 centromeres. Okay, so here from one chromosomes 2 chromosomes are formed. Okay, and these chromosomes they start moving towards the opposite poles. Okay, and after this the division of the genetic material is known as cytokinesis. Okay, here the division of genetic material is going on, so it is called cytokinesis. Okay, and cytokinesis is followed by karyokinesis. The division of genetic material is called the karyokinesis. That means the genetic material is divided. Okay, now this division of genetic material, there is karyokinesis, is followed by the cytokinesis. The division of cytoplasm take place. That means the genetic material, it has migrated to opposite poles. After that, the cell division take place and one cell give rise to two cell. Okay, and at the end, the number of chromosomes that are present in single cell are equal to the number of chromosomes that were present initially. That means initially, before the beginning of the cell division, there were two chromosomes. At the end of cell division also there are two chromosomes. So that's why we say that the mitosis is equational division, because the number of chromosomes remains same after the cell division and before the cell division. Okay, as before the cell division, two chromosomes, that means at the end also the number of chromosomes are 2. Okay, and the number of cell will increase, the two cells are produced. Now meiosis. Now where does this division take place? Okay, asexually reproducing organism, they have mitosis. Okay, and in our somatic cells we have two type of cells, sex cells and somatic cells. Okay, in sex cells the meiosis take place, and in the somatic cell, that means our bones grow, our height grow, okay, our hair grows. So there the mitotic division take place. Okay, we do not have sex chromosome in the somatic cells. Okay, so sex cells, they are present only in the gonads, that is in the testes and in the ovaries. Now if you see meiosis, okay, so in case of meiosis, the division is also known as the reduction division. Okay, why reduction division? Because initially the number of chromosomes we are taking 2. At the end of the cell division we get 1 chromosome from the cell. Okay, now you can see the genetic material is present in the chromatin material, it get condensed to form the chromosomes, replication of the chromosome, genetic material take place. Okay, the replicated genetic material is there. Now what happens, the homologous chromosomes, we have 46 chromosomes, so 22 pair of chromosomes are autosomes and 1 pair is sex chromosomes. So all the chromosomes, they are present in pair. So paired chromosomes, they get arranged on the central plate like this, and there is formation of the spindle fiber from the centriole. Okay, centriole. Okay, now this centriole will drag the chromosome towards the opposite poles. Okay, now this karyokinesis has taken place, that is division of the genetic material. Okay, then after the cytokinesis take place, that means the division of cytoplasm take place. Now each cell is having 1 chromosome but is having the sister chromatids. Okay, now these chromosomes again they will undergo the, in meiosis there are 2 divisions, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So meiosis 1 is complete over here. Okay, now meiosis 2 is just like mitosis. Okay, now this chromosome, it will be adhered by the spindle fiber. Okay, spindle formation will be there from the opposite side. Okay, and the chromosome will split into 2. Okay, here we have 2 cells formed, and out of these 2 cells 2 more cell will be formed. So ultimately we can say that detail I have done here. You can see here directly I have shown you that 2 cells will be produced with 1 chromosome. Here you can see this cell with 1 chromosome, it will align on the central plate, the spindle fiber will be formed, the spindle will drag the chromosomes into 2 different directions. So centromere is split. Okay, the centromere has split into 2 parts. So 1 chromosome is giving rise to the 2 chromosomes. Now again the karyokinesis is complete, that is division of genetic material is done, and this is followed by the division of the cytoplasm. Okay, and it will give rise to the 2 cells. So overall at the end of meiosis we get 1, 2, 3, 4 cells, and in case of mitosis at the end we get 2 cells. Okay, so here the number of chromosome present in the cell in the beginning and the number of the cell chromosome present at the end are not same. Here we get only half number of chromosomes, and in case of mitosis we get the equal number of chromosome as we were having in the beginning. Okay, so this division, this type of cell division, it take place in the testes and ovaries to form. In testes there is formation of sperms, and in ovary there is formation of the egg or ova. Okay, so this is all about the cell division that you need to understand. Okay, how the cell division take place in the living organisms.